In last class, we said there are three different sources and to develop a sustainable competitive advantage. One of them is breadth, another is offering, and another is relationship. In chapter 6, we are going to discuss what offering can provide and the sources for the sustainable competitive advantage. So in general, we're going to discuss the different offering and innovation strategies and launching and diffusing innovation strategy and manage and offering-based sustainable competitive advantage. So what is the offering? We said offering is a tangible attributes and those physical products that you can tell and you can feel and you can touch and like computer, laptop, or intangible services. For example, you are planning to have a financial investment, so you can only consume, you cannot and touch, you cannot feel. And another important concept related to innovative offering is offering equity, refer to the core value that the performance of the product or service and in terms of the price you paid for your product. So this offering equity is independent of any brand or relationship equity effects. So offering equity can help any company to develop their and higher barrier and for their competitors, make it hard and for competitors to compete with the firm. If any firm can identify those innovative offerings, we said although those innovative offerings can help build and maintain sustainable competitive advantage and barriers, but it must be linked to the relationships and breadth to ensure the firm's sustainable competitive advantage. Why it must be integrated to the brands and the relationships? Because you can see offering alone is relatively easier for any competitors to copy or duplicate if they get enough time and sufficient resources. There is a dilemma and related to short-term business pressure and long-term innovation. And most CEOs or your boss want to return investment from marketing within short period of time, like 6 months or 1 year. And resources taken from long-term initiatives to reach short-term target will influence your decision on innovation. And also accounting practice for the market-based assets, and usually market-based assets in the short term and plan, right, will influence your decision on the innovation. Most resources said developing innovative offering is very important to many different companies' sustainable competitive advantage. So GE is pursue 100 imagination breakthrough projects to drive its growth. So usually the company will operate about 100 and imagination and breakthrough objects. Innovation is the only way that Microsoft can keep customers happy and competitors and away. So that's the only way. Today, you can see innovation is #1 strategic priority at 40% of companies as compared to 19% in 2005. 80% of senior managers believe that innovation is the more important than cost reduction for long-term success. For shorter time, cost reduction and may work, help a company to generate more profits. But for the long-term sustainable perspective, innovation may be the best option for most companies to consider. We discussed that innovation is very important for any company to maintain its sustainable competitive advantage. Then what is innovation? Based on definition, it's creation of substantial new value for customers and the firm by creatively changing one or more dimensions of the business. In other words, there are two important perspectives of innovation. First, any innovation must generate new value for customers and companies. And customer perceive this new innovation and create and better value as compared to they have now. And the company also can and generate profits based on the innovation. And also innovation can lead to differentiation and sustainable competitive advantage. So what are the different ways a firm can innovate? So based on this innovation and data, there are 4 different ways and a company can innovate, develop innovation. First, change what? And this is traditional way of innovation. Change and develop a new product, change the design of your product, or find the new solution. And for example, Starbucks and try to introduce and drive through and service. And also you can change who the customer is and switch your traditional customer to a new and target market. And for example, Home Depot identified DIY customers and as compared to their traditional customer, contractors, right? And because most people nowadays like to decorate their house by themselves. And you can change how to sell to customers and through change and organization culture, or through your investment in the supply chain, or even change the opposition and system. For example, and Dell Computer increase their logistic and process for the B2B business and the B2C and business. And you also can change where to sell the product to your customer and move offline to online. This is a significant change, right? Then you also can simply and identify the new market by leverage your brand. Like Gap completely and move to online. And Gap decided to close all its physical stores and more and start its online and business. We said there are 3 different types of the innovation strategy, and the stage gate approach, which means the company will introduce completely new products, a repositioning approach, and the company may not make change on its current products and just reposition the product to the new target market. Or you can use new technology-based innovation approach. And no matter which approach, we can see marketing and contribute most to offering an innovation strategy, because marketing is responsible for collecting and forecasting customer and market trend. And you can see and marketing and play a very important role here. And marketing is also responsible for launching and the new offerings to customers. And if launching program is not successful or it's not appropriate, that means no matter how good the product is, and the new product may not be successful eventually, right? So the stage gate approach, which means company will develop a new product, and either the company try to attract new customers or enhance the company's brand image. So over time, if the company wanted to establish innovator and image from consumers' perspective, they have to frequently introduce a new product. So based on the new product development stage, and first step is idea generation, and like brainstorming, everybody sit together, generate as many ideas as possible. After this stage, move to the next stage, design and development. Based on financial feasibility, test of the price points or customer and acceptance, and there are only a few ideas left. And next, you need to further test the remaining ideas through validation and production, and go through the product manufacturing and test marketing. At the last stage, maybe only 2 or 3 new ideas left, and also these 2 or 3 new ideas will have to go through the final audit, like product assessment. Maybe at the end, only 1 left. We said during this whole process, and the consumer's voice must be integrated and through the whole process, because eventually the company will sell this new product to consumers. If consumer will not buy the product, and no matter how creative this idea is, there will be no market for a new product. It turned out to be not successful right there. So that's why, no matter how creative idea is, and through this whole process, and any company or designers, they must consider the voice of the customers. Another approach for the innovation and offering strategy is repositioning. Repositioning, which means you remove some feature or adding some other new features. So this revised offering appeals to a different customer segment. And if your current current customers are not interested in your product, you have to find a new way, and either to keep them or either identify the new segment. No matter which one, to keep them or identify new segment, your current product will not work out. You have to reposition your current product by removing or adding some new features, and by creating the new value proposition for them. We said the advantage of the repositioning is this approach does not require a new technology or invention with less risk. So when a company apply repositioning approach, there are two different ways. They can either reposition their product in the red ocean market or in the blue ocean market. What is the red ocean market? Which means this market is well established, but competition is very intensive. So the company try to reposition or operate its business based on the classic segmenting, targeting, and positioning, focus on incremental innovation. And some company may want to avoid this intensive competition. They identify a blue ocean market, which means they will identify underserved segments, and through disruptive positioning, and avoid those intensive competition. So you can compare this red ocean market with blue ocean market strategy. We said the red ocean market strategy, which means company will compete in a well-established market space, and also the industry boundary was well established. And you can see the product itself in the mature stage, relatively the low risk, and to manage your product, to test the product, or to analyze your customers. But if you compare in the blue ocean market, the market space is not well established. You want to identify the new market. The industry boundary is not clear right now, and demand is uncertain. And in most situations, the product is in the introduction stage. So you can see relatively high risk. You are not sure whether this repositioning will work out or not, right? So what are the characteristics of blue ocean initiatives? And most companies, you don't use competitors as benchmark, which means when you make a plan and make a decision, you don't consider your competitors. Instead, you may redefine the value by identifying new target market, and through the change of consumers' desire or preference. For example, like this Circle Du and Soleil, they swim away from their traditional target market, family and children, and by identifying new target market, adults and dating couples and business clients. So in order to swim away from the traditional market, they reduced high-end cost parts like animals and big-name stars. Instead, they add new features like value theater, production with themes, and original music. and to attract their new and segments.